call by the head coach at Hampton, Trenton Boykin. Good afternoon, Trenton. Good afternoon.
Hey, how
Well,
you
I got
doing?
you now.
Sorry, I forgot to push the camera up.
It happens. I do it all the time. But obviously, a tough day for your team Saturday up at Villanova. As you've kind of looked at that game, just give me your impressions on what happened.
We just got away from us quickly. Um, we had a good chance to get them off the field. And kick a field goal, and then we run into the kicker, and instead of them maybe getting three, we let them off the hook, and then they go down and score. And the first couple series, just trying to get our guys going, and they're a good football team, and it's a tough day. You hate to have those kind of days, but again, I go back and say that our guys kept fighting, and it was good to see Earl Woods come into the game and do some positive things. And again, taking nothing away from Braden, he fought his butt off and took some big hits, but our guys kept performing. And again, if you look in the second half, our defense only gives up, I think, one touchdown, maybe two in the second half, but really, try to put some things together. And we're just gonna keep going to work. Our spirits are high. We got homecoming against a great opponent coming in, and we're going to be again competitive. The thing that we talk about all the time is you got to prepare the same, you got to study the same, you got to come to work the same every single day, every single week, and you're showing resilience. They are. You hate that we're in this position that we're in right now. But our guys are still fighting. They still believe in each other, and that's what we got to do. And we're going to put this thing together. We are. I have faith in them. I have faith in our coaching staff, and we're going to roll up our sleeves and get to work like we're doing today.
I was going to ask you, you're down 49-0 at the half on the road. It would have been easy for your team to not show a lot of fight, but you 270 yards in the second half. As you mentioned, Earl Woods gave you a little bit of a spark. How pleased were you to see that fight throughout the last 30 minutes?
I love it because, again, like you said, what is it going to look like when you come out in the second half? And we challenged the players, we challenged the coaches that we're not just going to lay down and just say, hey, that's it. Our guys rolled up their sleeves, they fought, they competed. And you saw sparks from a lot of young players, guys doing some things, and we made some plays. Just again, you want to do that against a team like that. You can't allow them to jump on you like they did early. And we've shown that when we control the controllables, we can play good football, and that's what we have to do. We got to control the controllables.
Earl Woods has, when he's gotten an opportunity, has made some big plays with his legs. He did up in late in the Howard game, and then again Saturday. I know he's a young guy, but what does he provide, or what kind of spark was he able to provide to your offense?
Just what he is. He's a tremendous athlete with the ball in his hands. There's something that's going to happen. He's going to make a play, and we got to do a better job of involving him in the offense more and giving him an opportunity to do the things that he can do with the ball in his hands.
Defensively, I think we talked last week about the Villanova offense and all the weapons they have, both in the passing game and in the rushing attack. What makes them so hard to stop?
Just they're so balanced, and you can't focus on just one guy. The quarterback can hurt you. They got tight ends, they got receivers, and so when you're preparing for a team like that, you have to be able to be fundamentally sound in all phases of it, and then you have to be disciplined in what your eyes and your keys tell you to. And if you don't do those things, they can hurt you.
What did you feel like you mentioned the numbers in the second half? You held them to 7 points. What did you feel like your guys adjusted at the half on the defensive side of the ball?
Just again being sound, in the first half you watch film, hey, you were supposed to be in the box, but you were out of the box. You were supposed to be out of the box, but you were in the box. You were supposed to play, you were supposed to box it instead of spill it. The things that we coached all week to do, and for whatever reason, it didn't get done. Offensively, the same thing. Hey, when you have a 4-eye, we were supposed to arc, and when it's a 5-eye, 5 technique, we were supposed to, stay on tracks, and those are the things that we didn't do. And then in the second half, we did all the things that we were supposed to do, and you see the things that we can do with the football offensively and defensively if we line up right, execute what we're supposed to execute. Time of possession, we were able to stay on the field longer. We were able to keep our defense off the field. So all those things play together, and when we do those things, we can have success. And that's the thing we're going to stress again this week. We keep playing in different spurts. It's a half here, it's a quarter here, it's a second half here. If we can never just put it all together for 4 quarters, what does that look like for this program?
Let's look ahead to Saturday. The schedule doesn't get any easier with another nationally ranked team coming in Monmouth, the number one offense in FCS. As you've taken a look at a little tape, what impresses you about them?
Yeah, yesterday watched a lot of special teams. They give you a lot of looks special teams wise, so you got to prepare for that. Defensively, there's a very solid team. Does anybody particularly jump out at you? I don't know right now, but they're going to be where they're supposed to be. They're going to line up. They're going to tackle you. They're not going to beat themselves. So we have to do a great job offensively of being where we're supposed to be, eyes where they're supposed to be, and then same thing with the defense. They have weapons that they can get the ball to, and so you have to be able to have my eyes in the right place. You have to be aligned in the right spot, and again, you're playing a great football team that scores a lot of points and keeps the ball in front, been kind of a bend don't break type of defense. And that's what I see, that them defensively, and then they're going to score points. So offensively, you got to be able to score, points. And then when you do get a stop on them on offense, you have to capitalize. You have to. They're not going to beat themselves, but when you do get a 3 and out, when you do get a turnover, you have to capitalize offensively on that.
All right, Chad. Thanks so much for doing this with us this afternoon. Look forward to talking again next week.